You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Wednesday, the 7th of January. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather not bad today. Many folks are up in the 70s. Feels pretty good. The sun is out in spots. Still watching the period Friday night into Saturday morning. That's when we have the dual threat of heavy rain and strong storms for parts of the state, and then we turn noticeably colder by Sunday. But all the new data is in, so let's look at it together. We'll begin with the upper air look. We're watching that upper low that's southwest of San Diego, trough there, southern branch of the jet stream. That'll be lifting out and phasing, and that'll bring that round of storms late this week, beginning as early as Friday. But today, not bad. That's the visible satellite view for most spots. The sky is partially sunny. And we have nothing on the radar. That's the radar composite, about 313 this afternoon. And yeah, feels good. Look at all the 70s over the southern two-thirds of the state, south of Interstate 20. You got 73 in Montgomery, Gulf Shores, 75, Atmore, Monroeville, 75, Chatham, Eufaula, 76. The warm spots this afternoon. We're going to stay mild through Friday, but again, temperatures come back to where they should be for this time of the year by Saturday night and Sunday. So we have a dense fog advisory for the southern part of the state, and again, late tonight, like we've seen for the past couple of nights, we could see fog statewide by daybreak tomorrow morning. And out west, a number of winter weather advisories there, a few scattered winter storm warnings with that trough that will be affecting us late this week. Here's the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. We have a marginal risk that's level 1 out of 5 for parts of West Texas and Oklahoma. Tomorrow, a marginal risk, again, level 1 out of 5 over much of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and some of the adjacent states. And day 3, which is Friday, we have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk for parts of North and West Alabama. And again, that level 2 out of 5 risk is in the yellow on that map. That's basically west of a line from near Huntsville to Birmingham to York. Then we have a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, down to Ranburne, Montgomery, and Bruton. The area's in dark green on that map. And the one thing we are very confident about, it's a big rain event for the northern half of the state. The severe weather threat is conditional. We'll take a look at all the new data here in just a second. First off, rain. This is the new update just in from NOAA's WPC, the Weather Prediction Center. This is the rain through Wednesday night of next week, and almost all of this will be Friday night into Saturday. And where you see the splotches of yellow on that map up in the Tennessee Valley, that's potential for 4 inches. Most locations over the Tennessee Valley in the 2 to 4 inch range. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, 2 to 3 inches. Montgomery, about 3/4 of an inch, and the amount's much, much lighter as you go to the south. By the time you get down to Dothan, only 2/10 of an inch. So this will be a big rain event mainly for the northern half of the state, Friday night and Saturday. And we'll get the new drought monitor update tomorrow morning. But again, as of the last update from last week, 87% of the state in drought conditions. So let's break it down. Model fans, European 12Z run, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Big trough developing in the west. That will be our dynamic support for the rain late this week. And tomorrow, much like today, we'll start the day with clouds and fog in the morning. That eventually leads to a partly sunny afternoon. In most locations with no meaningful rain, this is the high-res HER valid tomorrow afternoon at 3. And if you look really carefully, you'll see a couple of small little isolated showers there. But in most places, will stay dry tomorrow. But Friday, boom, here comes the rain and storms in advance of a slow-moving front. We're going to see waves of rain and storms for the northern counties of the state, and really the European a little faster in bringing the rain in here. Maybe some rain starting as early as Friday morning, and then really wet Friday afternoon, Friday night, into part of the day Saturday. So what about severe weather? So let's look at the high-resolution NAM. We are now within that 60-hour window. In fact, this is out 60 hours. This is valid at midnight Friday night. And the high-res NAM, 3-kilometer NAM, suggesting we'll have a batch of organized rain and storms over the northern third of the state, mainly north of US 278, north of a line from Hamilton to Cullman to Gadsden. So, could we have any severe weather problems? Well, the NAM just shows basically no surface-based instability for the state. I mean, none. And if that's the case, obviously we're not going to be too concerned about severe weather. It's mainly going to be a heavy rain flooding threat, and that's it. However, the European does show a little bit of instability, still not a lot, a little bit over the northern half of the state. The better instability values are to the south, and even in South Alabama, not that overwhelming. Again, this is at midnight Friday night. Now, the dynamic support is not that bad. The one thing, again, we note, the low-level jet, this is the wind about 5,000 feet off the ground, really ramps up Friday night. And the SRH values, this is storm relative felicity, not bad. And again, if we had an unstable air mass in place, that would certainly support maybe a couple of isolated tornadoes. But again, back to the NAM with no instability. This is the significant tornado parameter, 0, nothing, Friday night at midnight. So the question is, do you lock into this high-resolution model here, the NAM showing no instability, or the European, which is pretty decent, showing a little bit? So it's just really conditional based on the amount of instability that will be available for the northern half of the state in terms of the severe threat. Rain, absolutely. Soaking rains, maybe some flooding issues. So let's go to Saturday afternoon. The rain will be ending from northwest to southeast during the day Saturday. By Saturday afternoon, the better chance of rain and storms over the southeastern part of the state, from Auburn, Montgomery, Greenville, Atmore, south and east of there. And we don't expect any severe storms with that. The dynamic support will be lifting away. And temperatures should be kind of all over the board. If you're in the Tennessee Valley, let's say you're in Florence, temperatures could fall through the 50s during the day. You might wind up in the 40s late Saturday afternoon. South Alabama could see highs around 70. And then Sunday, everybody gets into colder air. For the northern half of the state, highs in the 40s, 50s for the southern counties with a pretty good north breeze, but the sky will be sunny. Monday morning, we'll see a freeze for most of the state, lows in the 20s in many areas. And again, the high Monday, upper 40s for the northern counties, 50s for the south. Tuesday will be a sunny day with highs in the 50s. And a week from today, Wednesday the 14th of January, got a new trough that's approaching, and there's just not much moisture, but that might squeeze out a few sprinkles. Probably nothing more than that. So we'll mention maybe a few sprinkles, a little light rain on Wednesday of next week, and the rest of the week looks dry. Let's go out 10 days. This is Saturday the 17th of January. We still got a trough axis off to the west, and that's suggesting with that trough, another batch of rain comes in here. And yeah, we see that. That might be close to a few snowflakes near the Tennessee state line, but the low-level thermal values don't look that impressive at this point. But this is 10 days out. We all know this is going to change. So again, for next week, mostly dry, seasonal, maybe a little light rain on Wednesday, followed by a better chance of meaningful rain on Saturday the 17th. This is rain for the next 15 days between now and the 22nd of January, coming off the European Ensemble AI version. The mean up there close to 4 inches, and a lot of that, it's going to be Friday night into Saturday. Temperatures, Alabama's weather roller coaster ride. You know this deal. This is nothing new for us. Highs around 70 through the beginning of the weekend, then dropping in the upper 40s Sunday, Monday, and mostly 50s after that. Coldest morning should be Monday and Tuesday morning. Both of those mornings will likely feature a freeze next week. And just in moments ago, the latest long-range guidance. This is for the 15th through the 21st. And if this works out, temperatures near or slightly below average. And for the snow lovers, this is the latest output from the European Ensemble. Again, this is the AI version. This is valid through the 22nd of January based on pattern recognition. Obviously, there's no skill in a specific forecast beyond 7 to 10 days. This is the probability of 1 inch of snow or greater. And you can see for about the northern third of the state, very low chances, 10 to 20%. But again, winter's got a long, long way to go. Hey, we got to roll some Children's of Alabama Kid Cam. I love it. Second graders, Briarwood Christian School. We were talking about it today. I think I've been coming to see the second grade there since the late 1990s. Wow. Great crowd today. They're back from Christmas break. They're ready to learn. We did some science today. We talked about convection, weather forecasting, thunderstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, winter storms, and much more. They were absolutely wonderful. It's always been a thrill to see those kids out at Briarwood. So again, to these amazing second graders and the teachers, Briarwood Christian School, thanks a lot for a great visit earlier today. You know you guys are looking good. So tomorrow going to be at Valley Junior High in Walker County. Friday going to be at Alexandria Elementary in Calhoun County. And Saturday we're going to be in Tallapoosa County for a book signing in Alexander City. Elena's Place. We're going to be there between 9:30 and 12:30. And looks like the weather's probably wet, but we don't expect any severe problems during that time frame. Trust me, if we had severe weather, I would be here at the Alabama Weather Network doing our thing. But we'll have all the good weather stuff. It's great fun. We take a lot of pictures. We have a lot of fun. We got the shirts, the children's books, and much more. We would love to see you there. So again, Alexander City, Saturday from 9:30 until 12:30 at Elena's Place. Don't forget you can catch me this evening on ABC 3340 News and every day on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 104.7 WZZK. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday evening, and God bless.